AITA for not paying my boyfriend Uber prices for picking me up from work? Thank you everyone. There are too many replies to respond to. He was adamant that charging me is normal, so I'll just show him this thread to convince him. Otherwise, I'm temporarily working somewhere else. It is £20 to get an Uber home. I used the app often enough that I get regular discounts up to 30%. My boyfriend offered to pick me up from work after I told him the price of the Uber sometimes. He got us home. It's a 30-minute ride. About 20 miles. Afterwards he asked me to pay him. I said fine, I don't mind paying petrol costs. He said I'd have to give him £20 because he went out of his way to get me, and I would have given it to the Uber driver anyway. He insists that it makes no sense for me not to pay him what I would give to the Uber driver. I told him that's different because he's my boyfriend and an Uber driver is a service. I told him I'd give him £10, which he wasn't happy about it. AITA for not giving him what I would give for an Uber driver? It's not like I'd pay the price of a Starbucks coffee if my BF made me a cup of coffee. NTA, you shouldn't have to pay your BF after he offered to pick you up. What's the point of him picking you up versus taking an Uber when you are still going to spend the same amount? Your BF, at least in this instance, sounds like a major jerk. I can see maybe giving him some money for his fuel. But aside from that, I wouldn't give him any more. I think I'd almost rather take an Uber. What? Seriously? Hey hun. The price of Uber can be ridiculous. Can you come get me? Quote. Sure. But I'm going to charge you the same price as an Uber. And he went out of his way for you? Wow. What an awesome guy. NTA. Imagine if the situation were reversed and he asked you for help. Then you charged him? I bet he'd lose his shit. This guy is being a major asshole. It's cool that you contributed to gas. But with you two in a relationship, the thought of charging someone the price of an Uber should never even enter your mind. Who the hell does that? Your boyfriend heard you vent about Uber prices and his takeaway is, wait. I could be the one to profit here. Quote. Do you want a partner who sees you as a source of income? NTA. NTA. I have so many feelings about your man that I'm not going to say out loud, but none of them are good. Based on this. NTA. Stick with Uber and throw the man away. At least with Uber there aren't hidden sneaky fees. If he wants to be paid like that, he should become an Uber driver. NTA. Consider this a red flag. I don't understand why he'd offer to drive you if it wasn't for free. Don't get me wrong. I have driven my truck to help my BF do something work-related, but he always offers to reimburse me for gas since it had nothing to do with me. Which sometimes I accept since gas is expensive now and sometimes it's a long freaking drive, but I don't expect him to pay me. NTA. You complained about always paying Uber. He offered to pick you up. He waited until you were home after the ride to ask you for money? He's an awe. Unless he specifically said, for that money, I'll pick you up. He was an opportunistic asshole. Why is this dumping behavior? Because he was dishonest. He's already started counting, keeping score. Likely insecure in your relationship if finances are a contested point. If you were going to pay either way, I'd guess the Uber would have arrived faster and been less annoying to deal with. I'd find someone kinder to date. Someone who actually respects you. NTA. Also dump him. Yeah. Usually friends don't get paid for helping you out. Much less a boyfriend. He helps to save you money, not to become an Uber driver. I'd give him the money. And nothing else next time he wants to get romantic. Just say you don't want to impact your professional relationship. NTA. Question. Do you make breakfast or any other kind of food for him? If so, charge him the prices of a cafe, restaurant and see if he is willing to pay. NTA. I would be curious to know what he spends his money on because I've known people on drugs to think these types of requests reasonable. Red flag. I bet he says all his exes were crazy. Also, if he didn't tell you he was going to need you to pay him before picking you up, it's rather silly of him to think you would. NTA. And whoa. That is such a bad look for your BF. If he wants to get paid like an Uber driver, he can work there part-time. Not that drivers make what Uber charges you. By the way, it's a longish commute and you shouldn't expect him to regularly put himself out, just time-wise. It's a lot if it's a regular thing, but him wanting to charge you a premium price is very, very uncool. NTA. 1. As a business enterprise, this boyfriend chauffeur service should have been pre-negotiated. He shouldn't have offered to pick you up and then demanded money. 2. Is he really your boyfriend? 3. If you need some money, why doesn't he just become an Uber driver? NTA. But girl, red flags are waving. NTA. It's important to note that Uber drivers don't make all of the money you spend on an Uber. A lot of it goes to a corporation. That's why, at least in the US, you should tip your drivers. So your BF is expecting an even higher pay than you'd give the driver. Also, he sucks and you should dump him. NTA. Pay him the bloody £20 and then dump his ass. NTA. Transactional relationships aren't healthy. NTA. BCWTF. Uber prices? What happened to paying for gas? Not to mention what happened to not asking money after offering someone something without specifying first that you expect to be compensated for your help. Red flag girl. Red flag. NTA. You're wasting your time with this guy if he can't do something nice for you.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.